There is a hospital in Gorleston, Great Yarmouth, called the James Paget University Hospital.
However, most local people don't know who James Paget was or what he achieved in his life.
So why is the hospital named after him?
In the early 1800s, Great Yarmouth was a busy port and the fishing industry was thriving.
This is very hard work. I hate doing this, but it's what I get paid for.
Rich people lived in big houses on the quay with plenty of light and space.
But living conditions for the poor were very bad.
Most poor people lived in houses in narrow rows where the conditions were dark, cramped and dirty.
Splash. My wife and my towel. I hope he gets here soon.
Smelly old man.
Open drains full of sewage and dirty water ran down the middle of the rows and contained lots of germs. Diseases like cholera and typhoid were everywhere and the death rate was very high.
Some people robbed graves and sold the dead bodies to doctors for them to look at and examine.
I hope we don't get arrested.
On January 11th, 1840, in a house on the south quay of Great Yarmouth, James Paget was born. His parents were Samuel and Sarah Paget, and they had 16 other children.
James had a nice childhood despite several of his brothers and sisters dying young.
He liked to read books and enjoyed drawing the plants and animals inside and outside the town wall.
James went to school on Queen Street.
His teacher was Mr. Bowles, who had retired from acting and became a teacher.
Class, settle down, please. Morning, everybody.
His father, Samuel, looked after the navy in the town and had a brewery. He taught James the value of hard work.
Sarah. James's mother showed him the importance of organising things.
In 1828, Samuel Paget had some bad news.
Mr. Paget, you're bankrupt.
Oh no, what am I going to do?
The Pagets had lost all their money.
James had hoped to go to school in London like his brothers, but his family were now poor and he would have to stay and be educated in Yarmouth.
At 15, James wanted to leave school and join the Navy.
Samuel thought it was a good idea and bought James a uniform and also wrote a letter to the Navy officer in charge. When James went back to the house to see his mum, she reacted very differently.
I want to join the Navy.
No.
His mum thought that he should try to be a doctor instead.
James Paget left school and decided to listen to his mother.
In 1830, he went to work as an apprentice to Dr. Costerton at his surgery in the town.
Hello, James. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Dr. Costerton.
It's a pleasure to have you working with me.
Hello, how can I help you?
My friend isn't very well.
I'll give him some pills. James rolled pills and helped patients, and he also saw some horrible things.
Get off me! Let me go, let me go!
He got gangrene, it will have to come off. Look at what I saw.
No!
Stay calm, my lad.
No, this is the worst day of my life.
At home, he also witnessed
the death of his brother Arthur through consumption.
After his apprenticeship, James travelled to London to begin studying at St Bartholomew's Hospital.
Bye-bye, Yarmouth.
At St Bartholomew's, he thought his teachers were terrible, so he decided to teach himself.
He worked very hard, and in his first year, James had won all the prizes.
In 1835, still in his first year, James made his first discovery.
Very interesting. He spotted the larvae of a worm
Aha!
inside a small egg inside muscle tissue. It was called tracheosomosis.
In the same year, James also finished his first book, which was about all the plants and wildlife of Great Yarmouth.
In 1836, James met a girl called Lydia North.
Hello, I'm James. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Lydia. Nice to meet you. And they got engaged. In 1839, James became a curator and lecturer at St Bartholomew's Hospital.
His lectures were very popular and were the first of many during his life.
And after 8 years of courtship, James finally married Lydia in 1844.
We are gathered here today to witness the marriage of James and Lydia. Do you, James, take Lydia to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
Do you, Lydia, take James to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I do.
You may now kiss the bride.
They're very happy together. James and Lydia had 6 children, 4 sons and 2 daughters. They all lived to old age.
James Paget opened his first doctor's surgery in London in 1851, where he helped the rich and the poor.
The introduction of anaesthetics made operations a lot easier.
This new anaesthetic works wonders. Don't worry, it won't hurt a bit. You'll be asleep soon.
If people couldn't afford to pay, he would still help them.
James Paget worked hard and saved his earnings to gradually pay off his father's debts.
I must work harder. I must pay all the debts off.
Here is all the money my father owes you.
I'm sure your father will be very happy.
In 1858, James Paget became a surgeon to Queen Victoria.
How can I help you, Majesty?
I'm poorly. Thank you, James. Over his career, James Paget discovered 10 diseases and wrote over 200 books.
In 1871, James got septicemia, a form of blood poisoning.
He got it through cuts in his hands,
and he almost died.
James finally recovered from his illness but decided to retire from his work as a surgeon.
However, he still didn't stop working and was involved in many more historic achievements, including the smallpox vaccination.
In 1871, he also became a baronet and a year later was appointed head of the Royal Society of Surgeons. He also worked with famous people of the time such as Charles Darwin, Louis Pasteur and Florence Nightingale.
James Paget had returned to Great Yarmouth many times over the years.
In 1888, crowds waited excitedly for Sir James Paget to arrive to open Yarmouth General Hospital.
I now declare the Great Yarmouth General Hospital open.
Sadly, in 1895, his wife Lydia died.
Oh no, my Lydia, she's gone.
Oh no, she's dead!
5 years later, Sir James Paget died peacefully at home in 1899.
His funeral was held at Westminster Abbey and he was buried next to Lydia in Finchley Cemetery in 1900. Sir James Paget became known as the father of British pathology.
His life motto was, "Work itself is a pleasure."
Yeah!